the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And just not a whole lot here to be had on the ground. Maybe a yard. Second down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
You talk about this Falcon defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively, because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
First down at the 28-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Saints at 2-3 here to begin the new season. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Out of the gun now on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Opening drive fumble, and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend. And Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And looking to throw, Penix. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now Penix Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's got it to about the 40. You talk about this Falcon defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard.
Oh, he sheds himself free. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Back to throw again. This is caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
It's now 4th and goal.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows
allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll throw with Penix. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. To the air, Penix. This pass is caught by London. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing again, Penix. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 17 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end.
And now it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball, taking it right down Broadway. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Penix working out of the gun here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Looking to throw, Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Here's Penix. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
To throw again is Penix. Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As his guys are able to extend their lead. They'll try and throw with Penix. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll look to throw again. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Finding space at the 40. Inside the 20.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Quentin Johnston.
An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes.
Extra point attempt here still to come. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Johnson with a reception, and he's brought down.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to float this one deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the locker. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he takes this one back in. And the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Still going. They can't stop him. He may go. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And now here is another interception.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Now a hit and a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Looking middle, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Robinson up the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And down to the 41.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Well, that's going to be incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, and it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. They'll set up a throw.
He gets this complete to Shaheed. Still going.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 65 yards.
And the Saints have cut it back within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. Out is is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 65 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Penix. That one deep for London. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Saints are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And looking to throw, Penix. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Penix. Throwing left side, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now here live in New Orleans. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Robinson. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Again, it'll be Robinson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Now for the point after. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Falcons 42, Saints 29.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
After gain of 6, makes it 3rd and 2.
The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter. You keep throwing the football with confidence, but we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
A give to Robinson on the option. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he's not going to get the first down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or 2 short. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The rookie from Nebraska looking sharp on that one. First down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Falcons will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
They'll throw with Penix.
And he will find his man on the outside. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
81 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Again, it's Robinson.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down. And it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Robinson on a give right side.
A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Well, partner, under the lights in prime time.